Alright guys, I am going to try and keep this as a very short video. It's a couple things to go over. So the Winchester Star, I noticed a few days ago they published this article. And the topic of this article is for the most part the same topic that my last video was about. And that video touched on Board of Supervisor Dunn, how he campaigned on lowering taxes, and then during a work session meeting with the board, he voted alongside 3 other board members to advertise an increased real property tax. And what he didn't do was vote alongside the other remaining 2 supervisors who actually voted for to advertise a tax reduction. Now, I think this is necessary to talk about because we have an individual who was elected for what he campaigned on, only to get that spot and vote the opposite way. You know, and I think that diminishes the confidence that the public has in who they're voting for. And this Dunn was recently voted as vice chair. So it doesn't look good. I don't think Dunn is an honorable man. I don't think he's trustworthy. And, you know, I think people need to know what's going on. So we are going to look at his campaign website. This is blainedunn.com. Under issues and achievements, he's got a little budget and taxes portion. I'm going to read, it's the very first sentence. We need an alternative to increased real estate taxes. Boom, it's right there. He campaigned on this. And I'm going to play a video in a minute, and it's from the last Board of Supervisors meeting during board comments. And he pretty much talks about due to the increased population, our only options are to raise real estate taxes and business taxes. But down below on fiscal issues, look, first bullet point. I mean, he says plan to address population growth without raising real estate taxes. This is what he told people he was going to do. And he's doing the opposite. He needs to get called out for this. So let's play. No, that's not the right one. All right, we're going to hit play.
Board of Supervisors comments, are there any?
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman.
Dunn.
Real quick, I just want to let you guys know, I am not going to play his entire speech that it was a number of minutes long. I'm just going to play the first portion. He does mention later that, you know, we've got first responders, fire department, law enforcement, 911, like how are we supposed to pay for that? Pretty much we need to tax the bejesus out of the community to pay for that. Meanwhile, 2 other supervisors made their comments at the end saying something along the lines of like, we don't have to tax these people this much to meet the needs of the community. So, oh, also, look, Perjury Priscilla's friends were there. Ain't something. Ain't that something? All right, I'm going to hit play.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. We're going through a budget process. And this county has grown by 20,000 people or 30,000 people in the last 20 years. I'm conscious of tax rates. I recognize that our property taxes have risen approximately 50% in the last 7 years. We also have 30,000 people more than were here 20 years ago, and our expected growth will be another 30 to 40,000 people. How do we pay for that growth? Currently, the only options are real estate and business.
All right, so that's what he said. All right, so now let's go back to this article. There's just, we're almost done here with the video. But, so it does say here, none of the supervisors have proposed keeping the 61-cent rate. And that's true because all they did was advertise it. They were initially supposed to vote on, I think it was March 8th, but in the same article it says, I guess there was a work session, and they agreed to delay voting on the tax rate until April 19th. And that's because there is a special election that's going to be occurring on April 11th for Doug McCarthy, who was on the board, who stepped down because he moved. That spot's open. So whoever gets voted on the special election is going to be able to vote on this tax rate on April 19th. So everybody, mark your calendars, April 19th. That's going to be the day that you want to show up to the Board of Supervisor meeting, because I can't see how anyone in the community is going to be like, oh yeah, sure, I love paying more money. I'm pretty sure that's not the case. And let's see here. So yeah, two supervisors, Graber and Ludwig, said that they do not want to see property taxes go up. Those people campaigned on lowering taxes. Thank goodness they're at least doing what they said they were going to do. I do want to highlight this too, because I think it's great information. Advice. Sean Graber says, I would encourage those who are listening to contact your representatives and say, no new taxes. We as a county government have to live within our means. I would go even further, saying that every single individual of this county should contact every single board member and tell them that they don't want to see their taxes being raised. Last thing, I don't know who this cowboy logic person is, but I want to tell whoever that is, I like you. It's refreshing to see that someone else is paying attention to what's going on. I'm not going to read their whole comment here, but they say no need to stay at 61 cents. But this, I will tell you, if the Frederick First candidate wins, taxes will go up. The Frederick First is a PAC, and it's a bunch of people running as independents. The independent that is running against the Republican for the Board of Supervisors open spot is Kevin Kenny. Kevin Kenny is the uncle of Susan Schick, the woman I've done the videos on in the past, the woman that can't help herself but violate my constitutional rights left and right. That's her uncle. So yes, I agree with this person. I think that if Kenny wins, he's going to vote to raise these taxes. And, additionally, I do just want to say that I'm kind of shocked that the local Republican committee doesn't bat an eye and have an issue with this PAC, Frederick First, who's actually taking people that are listed as Republicans and turning them into independents. Now, most of the people that are running as independents in Frederick First, I would go as far as saying that they're rhinos and Democrats, but they don't want to obviously run as a Democrat because they probably won't get the votes here. So, also, this person says that look who are behind them, meaning Frederick First. Signs are in long-time tax and spent Democrat yards and businesses. I mean, that says a lot. Frederick First, I agree. Seems to me like they're a bunch of Democrats claiming to be independents. So anyways, that's the video. I tried to keep it nice and short, but please, please, please show up April 19th. Please, please, please. Email the Board of Supervisors. Tell them that you don't want the taxes to go up. And I am very curious how Mr. Dunn is going to vote. Will he vote for this increased real property tax? Or is he going to have a change of heart and go by what he campaigned on? I don't know. We shall see.